Right, so the countdown going into 2022 continues right here on News Central, not just right here on Breakfast Central, but throughout the day and up until midnight, whether it's West African time, East African time, Central African time, or Southern African time, we've got you covered tonight.
We've got you covered, and don't forget you need to follow us on all socials. We're at News Central TV, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, and we're on YouTube. And if you're outside Nigeria, feel free to check us out on Twitter as well. Now, it wouldn't be nice if you're ushered into the new year and you're not following us to get the latest in terms of sports, news, and more on the go. Now, as we wind up on the year 2021, now we take stock of the events that shape the African continent. Now, from the arrival of COVID-19 vaccine to the Ethiopian TPLF war that is still ongoing and many more. Now, joining us on the show this morning is News Central anchor Gbenga Boriwa to give us a look into some of the stories. Many thanks for joining, Gbenga. Compliments of the season first off.
Oluchi and Olisa, so nice to see you guys.
It is so nice to see you.
Gbenga, morning to you. We can say Happy New Year, first of all, because I don't think I will be catching you in the office when you come to take over for the shows tonight alongside Amal for midnight. But Gbenga, news-wise, current affairs-wise from Africa, can you give us a look at some of the stories that you really covered and the ones that really bothered you this year, basically, whether it's Nigeria, East Africa, North Africa, wherever it was?
So 2021, politically was an election year for so many countries. Remember, we started off in Uganda with President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. He was re-elected to a sixth term in office, and then Niger Republic too. So after the elections in Uganda, there was Niger, President Bazoum was elected, and then Patrice Talon in the Republic of Benin was elected for a second term. And then in DR Congo, one of the people they call the dinosaurs of Africa, one of the long-term leaders, Denis Sassou Nguesso, was also elected for a fourth term. And then you know what happened to our neighbors to the north, Chad. Idris Deby was elected, but shortly afterwards he died in battle. Interesting. And then I think this is the biggest one for me, because he had attempted to be president for quite some time, and he only succeeded on his sixth attempt. I'm talking about Zambia's Hichilema Hakainde. And just recently, we've concluded elections in the Gambia, Sao Tome and Principe, and Djibouti. So it was a year of elections politically. There were also... Yeah.
Okay, so Gbenga, 2021 was a year for elections in Africa generally. We also know 2022 is coming, and there's still some elections that will be coming up. Can you give us a clue of some of the African countries that we should be looking forward to in terms of political rallies come 2022?
What comes to mind is Kenya, East African powerhouse. Elections are a big deal in Africa, and when you look at the East African community, and especially Kenya's position, you have President Uhuru Kenyatta is concluded his 2 terms of 5 years each. So next year, Kenya is going to have a new president. He's not in good terms with his vice president. He hasn't come out openly to endorse him or anyone. But my guess is as good as this. We know the handshake, the famous handshake with opposition leader turned friend now, Raila Odinga. So it would be an interesting one. So Kenya, we should look at Kenya in 2022.
All right, Gbenga, you've been one man. You've been on the news desk every day, covering stories, having exclusive interviews with so many big dignitaries across Africa throughout 2021. The big stories, you talked about the elections, which is a big one for 2021, but I can't... okay, go on, Gbenga.
We also witnessed the resurgence of coups, so it's almost like a throwback to the 90s. That was quite unusual because, it's the age of democracy, and even the African Union doesn't subscribe to military coups. So
Guinea to be more precise, and the attempts in Mali.
Guinea, Mali, and Sudan, a coup within a coup. 2021
has been quite a year for African politics. Gbenga, Ethiopia is another big one. Oluchi, I'm sure you agree. Benga, it's still ongoing. It's almost like if almost the forgotten war in Africa, and that's the TPLF and Ethiopia government. Even Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed recently even joined the war front. Benga. It doesn't look like this is going to end, right? Are we going to drop this as will they say one of these biggest mishaps of 2021 in Africa?
In 2022.
Benga, go on.
Yes, I'm with you.
Yes, the TPLF and the issues in Ethiopia alongside Abiy Ahmed, it doesn't look like it's going to go away anytime soon. All right, Benga, can you hear me?
Okay.
All right. While we saw all that with political desk and news central anchor Benga Agborua, who, mind you, is wearing a Nigerian jersey this morning. How patriotic of him! But Oluchi, we've been here week in, week out, day after day, every weekday, Monday to Friday, looking at African politics, African elections. I'm really, trying to say which one is the biggest for me or the most saddest for me this year, 2021. I can't find any because there's been so much.
It comes with mixed feelings at this point in time. And I think Benga is back on the line. Benga, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you clearly. Sorry.
All right, Benga, we're asking you about the Ethiopian story. Now, the TPLF war is still ongoing. I mean, the Prime Minister, Abiy Ahmed, also joined in this fight, and some other veterans in the country also got themselves involved in it. Well, we're wondering, will there be a light at the end of the tunnel for this particular country?
I mean, African Union mediation efforts are going on. The special envoy, African Union envoy to the Horn of Africa and Ethiopia is Nigeria's former president, Olusegun Obasanjo. He's held meetings. The United Nations has appealed for calm on both parties. The United Nations Human Rights Council has accused both parties, both the Tigray People's Liberation Front and the Ethiopian government, of committing atrocities. So right now, this is the situation. The TPLF are held up in the Tigray region. We've seen them make forays outside. They've gone to historic United Nations, UNICEF World Heritage Site at Lalibela. They've made forays into Oromio. But since the Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed joined the battle, joined the war front, like Oluchi rightly said, there's been, the Ethiopian Federal Forces have had the upper hand. So right now, we're hoping that there's some form of ceasefire, and because at the end of the day, it's people that are suffering. The United Nations World Food Program have said people are in real danger of starvation. So it will always end in dialogue. You don't fight wars in perpetuity. So we hope that in the coming year, because the war is into its second year now, and of what Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed described as, just a quick foray into Tigray, and, it's dragged on for so long, and so many people have been displaced, so many lives have been lost. So we hope mediation efforts work, we hope diplomacy works, and both parties reach a compromise and stop fighting. Yeah.
All right, Gwenga, just before we let you go, we know that you're home right now. You're chilling, you're resting, you're getting set for the News Central special New Year's Eve crossover broadcast alongside Amal Kansime. Gwenga, what can we expect later tonight?
Tonight should be interesting. I've done this on radio for a few years. I used to be the one to usher people into the new year. So I'm looking forward to doing it on TV. So in terms of what to expect, we'll look at the year in review, and nothing so serious. We'll look at the entertainment, the biggest sporting stories, the politics. We'll just chat about it. And I also look forward to talking to News Central correspondents in different parts of Africa and the different regions. And some teaser here. What country, I want to put this to you and Oluchi, what country in Africa is going to see 2022 first?
In Africa, I think it's supposed to be the ones in East Africa. It should be Ethiopia, perhaps. No,
that was what I thought. Remember that there's continental Africa, and then you have islands in the Indian Ocean. Mauritius.
Okay.
Yes.
What time is Mauritius right now as we speak, Benga? Because it's past 8 a.m.
Mauritius would be in 2022 at about 10 p.m.
At 10 p.m. Okay.
Whoa, okay.
And your show tonight, the crossover night show starts at 10 p.m. So which means you'll be ushering different parts of Africa into the new year. All right. So there you have it. Join Gbenga tonight, 10 p.m. West African time. That's different time zones in East Africa, North Africa, and Southern Africa, alongside Amal Kensime for Africa Countdown to 2022. Gbenga, well, what can I say? Good to see you on the Nigerian jersey.
Well, thank you so much.
Looking forward to that.
Thank you so much, Gbenga. Thank you so much for joining us on the program. And we look forward to seeing you in 2022.
Gbenga, well, it means that if you're going to be ushering different parts of Africa and you'll be right here in the studio, it means no parties for you tonight then.
No crossover services.
It's what we signed up for.
All right. Give thanks first. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, Gbenga Agborowa. So that's News Central's very own, political desk Oga, I can put it that. Gbenga Agborowa, News Central anchor, news reader, everything you want to talk about politics, Africa, he's got you covered. So join him much later tonight for that one.